Hi, I'm David Reckless.
And I'm Jeff Mansfield, and we're from Absolute Golf.
Today we're going to present our first video to you on how to be consistent with your golf swing. Consistency is a very important thing, and to be consistent you have to act consistently.
Consistency, in the meaning of the word, is basically doing the same thing over and over and over again. And that starts well before we hit a golf shot, and even a little bit after we hit the golf shot.
So every sports person, no matter what sport they play, they have a pre-shot routine. I was watching the Australian Tennis Open in January with Pat Rafter commentating, and he was talking about that when he served the ball with his first serve, he would bounce the ball 3 times before he'd serve it. Or with his second serve, he'd bounce it once. So even tennis players, and cricketers for that matter, they all tap the bat on the ground a different way, but they do the same thing every time, whether they're practicing or whether they're playing. And this is a very important factor.
Your routine allows you to not get too caught up in the moment, in the importance of the golf shot, or even in the importance of your golf swing technique. Your routine allows you to stay focused on the things that you do when you're playing good golf. So your routine will shortcut any distractions that you have from hitting a golf shot, which is very, very important. I always say to people that if you've got, these guys that are holding 5-foot putts to win a golf tournament on the television, they're under the same amount of pressure as you or I are under, but their routine is the thing that gets them through it. They're not being allowed to think about the external environment because they're concentrating on their pre-shot routine, which may be a couple of practice swings. It'll be, and there are quite a lot of different routines out there.
So what about my routine, Jeff? Let's take you through what I do.
Yep.
So when I'm playing golf, whether I'm practicing or whether I'm playing, to be repetitious, I'm going through the same routine every time. I see many people at the golf range hitting ball after ball after ball, trying to be consistent. The problem is they're not doing the same thing every time. So what I do when I'm playing golf is I'll walk back behind my ball, keeping the ball between me and the target. And then what I'll do is I'll square the club face and take my grip. I'll place the club head behind the ball, waggle once and aim the face where I want the ball to go. I then take my stance, waggle once, look at the target, waggle twice, look at the target, pull the trigger. So I try and do that every time I hit a golf shot. I think about how many waggles I'm going to have. So it actually takes me away from thinking about my golf swing, number one. But number two, I'm actually programming myself to be the same every time.
David makes a very good point when he sees people practicing at the range. The range is the best place to practice your routine. Your routine is part of your golf swing. It starts just before, and your routine will go just after. A lot of the elite athletes that are being trained in golf these days have a pre-shot routine and a post-shot routine. That little bubble of probably 20 or 25 seconds around when they're hitting a golf shot, the same thing is happening over and over again. And that is the best way and the only way to real consistency in your golf shots.
So it's very, very important to make sure that you're doing these things when you practice. And using a target, because then you can evaluate in which direction the ball is going to the target. Now as a coach, that's important to me, because if the ball's going the same way all the time, that means you're consistent. So either we play for that, or we refine our skills and make it go straighter. So make sure your pre-shot routine is also the same every time. What about grip pressure, Jeff? How tight do you grip the golf club?
Well, the old adage is that you should hold it like you're holding a toothpaste without squeezing the paste out the end of the gel. But it's probably a scale of 1 to 10, somewhere around a 3 to 4.
Right. Okay. That's if you clean your teeth, of course. So pre-shot routine also helps you with the grip pressure and pressure in your body. And I see most people standing in front of the golf ball, holding it very, very tight and not moving. this is really, really hard to get started, and that's why your pre-shot routine will actually get you a bit of flow into what you're doing. It does, because that's a very important factor. And when you're using a pen to write on paper, have a think about how tight you use that pen, because if you actually hold it too tight, you'll actually rip holes in the paper. Or maybe a hammer, Jeff.
Yeah, a hammer, you know, the harder your grip pressure is, the more it's going to, as we go to move that hammer, your arm's going to be a lot more solid. It's not going to want to give. You're not going to get the wrist action out of the golf swing that you're after. You know, it's basically going to create tension that's unwanted in the golf swing. Now, all of our muscles are connected through here. So, I mean, if this is tight here, when we go to move that, then that tension spreads. And like anything, tension will kill golf swings just as well as it upsets other things as well.
So, Jeff, why do you think people grip the club tight? Why don't you take us through one of the main reasons?
I think that probably the two main reasons is number one, they hold it tight is to control the golf club.
Yep, I agree with that.
When they've got really good, strong grip on that golf club, they feel like they can control that golf club more. The problem that we have is, buddies, is like any swinging motion, anything that swings, the hinges on a gate or a door actually swing. They're nice and loose, and they allow that door or that gate to move freely. If the hinges on the gate or the door are really tight, then that door's not going to swing as well as it should. The second reason I believe people hold on too tight is because they're trying to hit the ball hard. Now, if I hold onto that golf club tight, well, then I can really give that golf ball a hit. And again, that's not really what we're looking at doing. The smoother and the more that the golf swing flows, the more club head speed we can generate with the golf club. So, you know, probably the two main reasons that people hold the golf club tight are not quite the way they're not quite getting the result that they believe that they should be.
No, and again, if we talk about holding it tight to hit it hard, we know that the ball only goes far because you hit it correctly.
That's right.
So when you're holding it tight, you can't actually hit the ball correctly. You might every now and then, but again, that's not consistent enough for us golfers. We want to do the same every time and know that our distance is going to be 5 or 10 metres each time from where we land the ball. So again, we can control our distance better by hitting it correctly. We can also control where the ball goes by hitting it correctly, and those things are caused by holding the golf club nice and loose, not strangling that golf club and taking away all the good stuff. We want to let that club swing and flow like Jeff was talking, as if it's a gate or a door swinging nice and freely.
There's a reason why the guys on TV look like they're swinging easily and hit the ball as far as they hit it. It's because they do it correctly. You know, Ernie Els hits the ball as far as anybody. The Big Easy, everybody knows how beautiful his golf swing looks, how easily he swings the golf club. And the main reason he does is he looks like he's relaxed. He's got plenty of club head speed on that club, but he's also hitting the ball in the centre of the golf club, and that can only happen when the golf club's doing the same thing and it's coming back into the same area every time he hits the ball.
You know, I've been watching the Olympics over the last couple of days, and they were talking about how great sports people have plenty of time, like Roger Federer. He looks easy, he looks like he's doing things easy. The same as Ernie Els or all these golf professionals. They seem to have time because they're making the same movement every time. It's very repetitious. It's not short, it's not hard, it's not static, it's flowing. And we want to get a little bit of flow to our golf swing so we can hit the back ball correctly. This has been pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some more videos for you. I hope you look forward to our next video. We're going to talk about some of the other things that can help you be more consistent with your golf swing. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I think we might tap into a few other myths there that golfers think are going to help them, that probably in some respect hamstring them a little, hold them back from their true potential.
Great. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you look forward to the next video, and we'll see you soon.
See you on the golf course, guys.